Good morning, everybody, and happy official first day of Destination D23 2025. We are on our way over to ESPN to get a bus transportation over to Coronado Springs. So we're super excited. The first panel starts at 9 a.m. today. It's about 7:40 right now, so kind of got to hustle it over there, but thankfully Pop Century, where we're staying, is close by. If you didn't watch yesterday's video with information about like the merch and shopping and the swag bag that we got, you can go ahead and watch that. I'll put a card in here. We're excited for today. I feel like I'm like losing my voice a little bit. We have lots of things lined up today, and a lot of things are like back to back because it's just one big conference room here at Destination D23 compared to D23 Expo, where it's all in different spaces. But the good news about Destination D23 versus D23 Expo is that you're guaranteed to get into all the panels and all of that, so you don't have to like wait in line for things at least as heavily as over at D23 Expo, where you might not get a spot even if you're waiting in line. So today we have the Walt Disney World Showcase, Welcome Back with Michael Vargo, a set about the Three Caballeros, X and Atencio. So he's like a Disney legend. Disney Around the Globe India, be our guest with Disney on Broadway, and then we have a lunch break at noon, and then we come back at 2 for What You Doin' with Phineas and Ferb's, Dan Povenmire and Swampy Marsh, so I'm very excited about that. Disney Around the Globe Japan, D2K Animated Classics, Creating the Happiest Place on Earth, and then we have an afternoon break briefly, and then What's Cooking with Disney Eats, and finally Boom Baby, 25 Years of the Emperor's New Groove. Things wrap up today, I believe, at 5 o'clock, and then this evening we have Kuzcotopia at Typhoon Lagoon starting at 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. So we have a very packed day. We're going to be super busy, and we're going to be busy for you guys as well, because my goal is to get this video up as soon as possible. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into yesterday's video, and so many of you found me through that video, which is so exciting. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I don't post a whole lot. I post like in chunks throughout the year as we travel. You're really mainly going to see Disney content on here if that is what you're looking for. But we're super, super excited for today. I don't really know what to expect. I'm a little bit nervous, honestly, because I'm like, again, just don't know what to expect. So, but my goal is for at lunch to edit the first half of today. So then whenever we do the second half of the day, I can put that video out after 5 p.m., finish editing that and put it out before Kuzcotopia, I think. I know I said I was potentially going to do Kuzcotopia in this video today. I think I'm going to do a separate video for it depending on how much footage I get today, just so then I can get something out for you guys today, and then Kuzcotopia will probably be out tomorrow at lunchtime, so Sunday. So that's kind of the goal and what I'm thinking right now. We'll take you guys along today and see what this is all about, and see if we run into anybody cool along the way. We just got off the bus, and they're like taking us around the building today versus like where we entered yesterday for the queues. We're queuing up for the presentations now, and then they have some food trucks out here, which they did advertise to us that they will have some food trucks. They also have an option where, like, obviously you can go into the resort to eat. You can do whatever you want. You can leave and come back if you really want to. You only have 2 hours though, and then they even have a option for like, they have like a buffet style thing that you can pay like $20 to get into, but they have this really cool Joffrey's truck that's Haunted Mansion themed, so that's really neat.
Open, friends. All the doors are open.
So it is open seating in here, which is very surprising to me. So it is all open seating. I mean, obviously they have certain sections for certain ticket types, but very surprised that it was open. I figured they'd like filter people in, like funnel people in. But we have a good view, so that up there is the main stage, which we can see pretty well. Obviously there'll be people in front of us, so at least we do have a screen right here. Should be able to have a pretty good view of the screens at least.
When You got a friend in me. You got troubles, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together.
It's 30 years old. I was barely alive when it came out. Or should I say, someone iconic to the skies. That's right, Buzz Lightyear is returning to the racing festival. First time since 2013. This year with an updated look. And you're the first audience to hear this exciting news and see this first look at the new Buzz balloon. He's ready to fly to infinity and beyond! Or, just down the streets of Manhattan. Disney's world to a whole bunch of things, especially messaging with friends. But Lily Pad isn't the only new character joining the toys in this film. This is Smarty Pants. A potty training tech toy with all the glamour of a roll of toilet paper and an attitude that lives up to his name. And if you didn't hear the news before, we are beyond excited to have him played by... And finally, there is another new character I want to share with you today, or rather, 50 of them. We like to refer to them as the Multi-Buzz. 50 special edition, high-tech Buzz Lightyear action figures who still think they're space rangers, not toys, and they're in search of Space Command, Star Command. Now, as you might expect, they will cause considerable problems for everybody, all right? Toy Story 5 comes out next summer, and...
Our biggest fans in the world to tell you a little bit about our new film, Hoppers.
As you can probably guess, I love telling stories about animals. As a kid, I used to have an animal encyclopedia and I just drew everything in there over and over again. So the animal world is just such a mystery to us, and still, and this movie asks, what if we could understand and communicate with them? What are they really thinking?
Hoppers is a movie about putting your mind into a fake animal to enter the animal world as an animal. It's sort of like Avatar.
It's nothing like Avatar.
Oh, right. It's nothing like Avatar.
Hello, Destination D23. It is so great to be here. I could not be more excited to play Mabel and Hoppers. This movie is like nothing Pixar's ever made before. It's crazy and epic and heartfelt and weird. You're gonna love it so much. Let me tell you more about the story. So as you saw in the teaser, Mabel hops into a robot beaver. Her mission is to bring animals back to a glade that is a very important place to her. She just needs to stop the local mayor from building this highway through it. That mayor is Mayor Jerry, voiced by the great John Hamm.
In her animal body, she learns nature is full of surprises. One of the biggest surprises is that there is a leader of the animals, a friendly yet sometimes clueless beaver named King George. He's voiced by my hilarious friend, Bobby Woodward.
Bobby is here too.
Hello, Destination D23. As I am the king, I am officially a Disney king. Like Disney princesses, we are going to... I'm the nice Disney king, though, with my little beaver body. Hi, guys. Who else is ready for some more hoppers?
To Toy Story 5 and beyond. Stay tuned for more D23 fam. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. Woo! Talk about Tron. Now to get ready for the theatrical release of Tron Ares on 10/10/25. Yeah, a lot of claps. I love you, girl. I am pleased to announce Disney has fully remastered the original Tron and Tron Legacy in 4K. Both will be available everywhere starting September 16th. Presented by Enterprise right here in Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. And Tron Light Cycle Power Run presented by Chevrolet at Shanghai Disneyland will receive a thrilling new film-inspired overlay. Get ready to ride the grid in a whole life. Now, okay. excited. This movie is going to be epic. The countdown is on to Avengers Doomsday, coming to theaters in December 2026. And most recently, the adult animated science fiction film Predator, Killer of Killers, is bringing the Predator back to the big screen with an all-new story, Predator Badlands. Woo! This movie stars Demetrius Juster-Kalomatani as Deck, and Elle Fanning playing Thea, who becomes an unlikely ally to Deck along his journey. Predator Badlands marks the first time we see the Predator in the protagonist role, and it's shaping up to be an exciting action-adventure spectacle with amazing VFX and practical effects. Predator Badlands hits theaters on November 7th. New adventure with Avatar, Fire, and Ash. Our fan favorites, Jake Scully and Neytiri and the rest of the Sully family, will be setting off again on a breathtaking cinematic adventure designed for the big screen, featuring new clans, never-before-seen creatures, and stunning visuals. Avatar, Fire, and Ash opens exclusively in theaters worldwide December 19, 2025. And with Sid, Diego, Ellie, and all your favorite characters are back for a supersized big screen adventure. And yes, Scrat is back too. This time he'll be causing chaos and chasing his precious acorn alongside the absolutely adorable baby Scrat. Yes! And I'm sure you all want to know what this great new movie is going to be called, yeah? Well, all of you here at Destination D23 are getting the inside scoop. It's called Ice Age Boiling Point! And now, to close out today, we end at the beginning with the studio that started it all. Walt Disney Animation Studio. Huge welcome to a man who first appeared at Destination D23 way back in 2016 when he wrote the screenplay for Moana and co-wrote and co-directed Zootopia. He then received an Academy Award for Encanto, and now he's here as both the director and writer of the upcoming Zootopia 2 and as Disney's Animation Chief Creative Officer. Ooh, he is prolific. Please welcome Jared Bush!
I am so excited to be back here representing hundreds of artists who are working very hard, literally right now, putting the finishing touches on not only our next feature, but every story that we dream up. And as we head into our second century of filmmaking, we are just getting started. With our upcoming films, we have a fantastic balance of completely original stories, as well as continued stories of our fan favorites that expand the journeys of characters that we love. Disney Animation has been bringing magic to the screen for decades. From the Blue Fairy and Pinocchio, to Merlin and the Sword and the Stone, from Elsa and her ice magic, to the magical, fantastical Familia Madrigal. Well, for Destination D23 only, I am very excited to announce that in 2026, we will be uncovering an all-new world of magic like you've never seen before. And an all-new magical story coming to you from the creative geniuses who worked on Zootopia and Encanto and Moana 2. This team has dreamed up one of the most wondrous, Disney-tastic new worlds that we've ever created. It calls magic. At the center of this story, the center of the story is a teenage oddball and his mom who discovers that his weirdness is actually hidden magic trying to shine through. And when they're both transported to a world of magic, they discover that what can often make us feel different may be the most special part of who we are. And when it's celebrated, the entire world is better for it. That is Hex, next fall, 2026. It is called Zootopia 2. And I'll be one of the studio's greatest villains, Wingman, and Wingman who can make a mean spinach Stitch Puff and Talk Squirrel. Please welcome the voice of Crump and now Zootopia's Mayor Brian Windancer, Patrick Warburton. Patrick Warburton, can you tell us about Mayor Windancer?
Well, he's a horse, and he was a movie star, a former actor turned politician. Yes, he's never been a mayor before, but he hasn't been one on TV. Yes. I'm not sure which one we used.
He did 80 of those, all of which are amazing.
I've been a Disney fan my entire life, ever since I was a child, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Just like everybody in this room, Disney's it's just part of my soul and my life, so it's just been such an honor and pleasure to work with you and be part of this. And so, yes, I'm just so pleased. This is so exciting for me to be a part of Zootopia too. But I love being here with all of you hardcore Disney fans.
I cannot wait for you guys to see Mayor Windancer in this movie. He is a scene stealer. Every moment you can spend time with him. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Warburton. Making his on-stage debut for the very first time anywhere, the cuddliest cheetah in the world, Coronado.
Walt Disney Studios, thanks for being a great audience. You truly are the best fans in the world.
Every story we tell, every experience we create, every new innovation we pursue starts with one question. How can we create something that will entertain you, inspire you, and exceed your highest expectations? That's what we sought to do here at Destination D23, and we have some incredible things lined up for you this weekend. As we journey through all the worlds of Disney, we're excited to showcase the perfect combination of creativity, talent, and innovation that is the heart of this wonderful company, and to give you a peek at some of the magic our teams have been dreaming up. I can't wait for you to experience it all, so let's get started. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy the weekend.
It's been such an amazing morning so far, and it is my pleasure to welcome our biggest D23 fans to the biggest Destination D23 we've ever done. This is our 9th Destination D23, which is pretty incredible, right? And we have members here not only from across the United States, but from all over the world. D23 on the Road is coming back, and our next series is going to be celebrating 35 years of the family holiday classic, Home Alone. That's right. We're going to be keeping the spirit of the season with the McAllisters and all those wacky wet bandits at movie theaters across the country starting November 1st. And as you can see, we'll be visiting cities all over the country, and of course we're going to be making a stop in Chicago. I have a Chicago guy out there, where the film takes place right before Christmas. So be sure to check out d23.com starting today for more info. First, I'd like to welcome a very special person who's going to help you conjure up the news. What do you say, Nikki? I'm going to let you take the stage and conjure up some magic. What do you say? All right, it's all yours. this weekend and being our host for the weekend. How special is this? Really great.
Any chance that I get to be part of your world, Michael, part of Destination D23, I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much.
I'm going to get something here because it's part of a surprise.
Okay.
Part of a surprise. Fan show. We would like to announce that we're going to make you our official D23 fan ambassador for D23. We just got to
and it's Princess Gold.
It is.
I love it. With
Some
some bling bling. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I'm so honored. So yeah, I'm gonna just share this song with you, and I just really, really, really appreciate you inviting me. I'm trying not to cry. To inviting me to be part of this. This is really magical for me. Thank you. On Sunday night, I guess the folks were busy fighting. Jude already left home. 11 years old on my own, feeling nothing but lonely. There's nothing to do, there's nothing up but the traffic down on State 93. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. I close my eyes real tight, wishing hard I might, wishing hard I may. Gotta get to Disneyland.
So we have been in the panels all morning, and we decided to take a little break because they are way behind schedule. So we kind of had to like pick and choose, like, okay, so like what do we get willing to miss? Because lunch is supposed to start at noon, and it's like our lunch break's supposed to be noon to 2, and it's already like past 11:30, and they're like 3-ish things behind. So we decided, we left, they had like a 3 Caballeros thing. We left like in the middle of that, and then they're having like an talking with, I don't know if it's technically an Imagineer after that. So we decided to skip those because then the Broadway thing is what's supposed to take us into lunch. So our goal right now is to go get lunch and then go back for the Broadway thing. But what's so exciting is, so this week's World Princess Week, which we got the buttons yesterday in our bags, and they announced at the beginning of the morning, Miss Jodi Benson announced, she was like, oh, we're gonna give away 25 Disney like World Princess Week gift bags. And they randomly selected 25 people out of everybody here today. So let us know if like one of these numbers are you. And we got one. So we will be doing a haul. I already take a small peek. There's Lego in there. We're so excited. So we're taking the long hike over to the Coronado Springs here, to the main like quick service to grab some lunch. We're both starving. We didn't eat like a full breakfast or anything. And then, I don't know, we'll see what we have time for. I don't know how far they'll go into that lunch 2-hour break with the Broadway stuff, but we're gonna try to make it back for the Broadway stuff. If we don't, not all is lost because they did so many performances this morning in the first place. So, you know, feel really good about what we saw. But kind of just to narrate and talk about what we did see today, the big panel or the big moment was all the Walt Disney Pictures stuff, so all the movie announcements. And they only announced one like new thing that we didn't know about, which was the new movie Hexed, which that's gonna be an original story that comes out next fall. But everything else we knew about, but we got tons of sneak peeks. We were not allowed to film and they were super strict with it. I mean, I'm a rule follower anyway, so I'm gonna like follow to the book. I'm sure somebody got it, so it's probably out there somewhere, but we saw previews of what? Zootopia 2, Mandalorian and Grogu,
Tron Ares.
Yeah, Tron Ares, Hopper. The Hopper actually looks really good.
I know.
I'm really excited about that one. Marvel. It's like, is it Doomsday?
Yeah, there wasn't
And Paul
any
Rudd
video.
came out.
Yeah, it was more just like an announcement.
Yeah,
they
so
were
that wasn't like
filming.
footage.
That Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
something
Lego
around
Star
Disney+.
Wars.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a new animated one coming out at the end of this year for Christmas. So we saw so many things. Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
Which actually looks hopeful. I'm like kind of anti doing any more Toy Stories. Like after 3, it should have been cut, but this one looks better already than the 5th one, in my opinion. Excited about what we saw. We'll see what's in store this afternoon. So again, we're gonna try and make it back to the Disney on Broadway, and then after lunch is the Phineas and Ferb one, which I'm super excited for. Grant is getting our food, so while he does that, I'm going to show you guys what's in the bag. So it does say Disney Princess. The first thing I already saw in here, so excited about this. It's the Lego Ariel castle. That's so exciting. We love Lego, and I've been wanting to get all the princess castles, so this will start my little collection of those. We got a little collection of Funko Pops. So we got Moana, Merida, and Rapunzel, the minis. We got a Disney mini brand snacks, super fun as well. And then last but not least, so excited about this, a Kendra Scott box. So I'm assuming this is from their princess collection. So pretty. It's purple. So cute, and I've been wanting one of these, but I didn't want to buy one. But this is awesome. I'm so excited. This is so exciting. We never win anything, so when we do win something, it's so fun. So very excited about this. Thank you so much, Disney Princess.
We've done other Broadway shows, but there is something different about doing a Disney on Broadway show.
Yes.
Way back in the day, back when dinosaurs were roaming the planet and Beauty and the Beast was in development. It wasn't a guaranteed success. Disney had never done a Broadway show. We weren't exactly welcomed in New York City at the very beginning, and now it's a foregone conclusion. Of course, Disney's on Broadway, but at the time we weren't sure. But there was something sort of remarkable about being able to walk out on a stage in a blue dress, and the people who came already loved the character because they loved that movie so much.
I was watching the show, and Be Our Guest was happening, and on that stage, and this is something that Disney on Broadway has been doing from the very beginning, from the jump, was diversity and people being on stage who all the colors of the rainbow all on stage together, which was just it's an amazing thing. But I will never forget, and I told Susan this because it just means so much to me, I will never forget watching Be Our Guest, and there was this one chocolate man who was a dancer, he was a spoon, and in my head I was I can be the spoon. I can be the spoon.
Just broke for lunch. I mean, we already ate, but they just broke for lunch. But I just want to show you the food trucks that they have offered. So they have that Joffrey's Haunted Mansion one, this thing called Perfect Match, which seems like pizza cones, El Cactus Azul, Mickey's Kitchen, which is super cute, and then the Knot, so Knot sliders and salads. And then again, you have the whole resort too that you can go to and eat, but this is just one of the options because again, as the floodgates opened, so many people came out. So we're gonna try to find a spot in the hotel for me to go edit for a little bit.
D2K Animated Classics. Now, to celebrate Destination D23 and our journey through the world of Disney, we love to learn how the worlds for these amazing fan favorite films were created. So, y'all want to go back? Y'all ready to go back? Okay, so we're going to look at Tarzan. How about Tarzan? Tarzan, tell us a bit about the journeys you went on to create the environments in this amazing film.
Well, I could probably take up the whole panel talking about this, but I'll make sure to leave some time for you. So, you know, the biggest thing that I think about when I think about creating worlds is research. We do a lot of research when we made these movies. And I think the most important piece of research, because you can look at all the pictures, you can look at 1,000 pictures, you can look at 100 nature documentaries, but until you're standing in that place, you don't get a true sense of what it is. I'm lucky enough to go to Africa. And the first place we went was Kenya. And in Kenya we learned a lot of different things. But one of the things that sort of translated to the movie is that we found out that there was such a thing as red elephants. You can change the slide too. Now, normally I would have thought Disney elephants are gray. Let's just make them gray, right?
We all know that.
Yeah. But we discovered that elephants are the color of the dirt that they traverse.
And when the year 2000 came up, Roy said, let's do a new Fantasia that kind of celebrates that idea. So he did, and over a period of probably 10 years, we started to animate sequences between movies. So somebody would finish a movie and then go into Fantasia, then come out and do another movie. Charles Day on the left, Kirk Wise on the right, Michael J. Fox in the middle, and just immersed ourselves literally in the world of exploration, deep in the sea. When we pitched this to our executives at the time, we said, we're going to go down Main Street. We're going to get to the hub, and instead of going to the castle, we're going to turn left, and we're going to go to Adventureland. The era we were using was all about World War I vernacular, and so we designed based on actual submarines and tanks and exploration kind of craft from that era, and that turned into a lot of the art direction for the submarine in the movie, a lot of the vehicles in the movie.
Go down this hole in the ground after another one over.
There was one cave we went into, it was called Spider Cave. And as we all kind of shimmied our way down into it, and gee, why is it called Spider Cave? The guy says, just look above you. First of all, don't you look up at the place.
When we finished Treasure Planet, Jeffrey Katzenberg somehow had soured on, and when we finished I'm sorry, Jeffrey Katzenberg had soured on the idea of doing Treasure Planet, which was a bummer for us, and it was also a bummer for the young writers, Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, who worked with us on Aladdin, because they were big pirate movie fans, and they really wanted to write the script for Treasure Planet. Now I have a clip here, just going to show a clip of the virtual sets that were developed for the movie. They're again, deep canvas, taken further. What this meant was we could actually move the camera throughout the set. This was a new innovation in terms of, with an oil paint look at the background. And so it's very subtle in these scenes in the galley, but you can kind of see how the camera is kind of following the characters around, even though they're hand drawn. And it's subliminal, but for an action film, it seemed like it really helped us. So the technology, it was actually a good thing that the film was probably delayed, because we had technology for this movie that we wouldn't have had if we had done it after Aladdin.
And I swear I had sleeves. I did wear sleeves. I was speed training. And I was also, we were also known as Brother Hair back then. But one of the things I want to point out is you're going to see a lot of sketches here. That's the big thing that I wanted to focus on today, and that is...
Involved with the Disneyland Resort now for almost 30 years. I worked on the original Disney California Adventure.
I felt so excited that I would set aside the clothes for Disneyland because they were my lucky clothes, and in particular, my lucky underwear. And I swear I would put it up 3 or 4 days in advance because I knew that would be my lucky underwear, and when we got home, much to my mother's dismay, I would wear the lucky underwear for many days after we got back. Took walnut trees and cut them in half and turned them upside down, which you see on the right side, to look like scary kind of jungle things. And then they put smudge pots around the left side so that the banana trees didn't freeze at nighttime. There were more
horses there than any place in Los Angeles, because you could go into the Western town and experience a Western movie with your heroes that were on TV. Davy Crockett, Zorro. You could ride a horse, you could ride in a stagecoach, you could buy a Hamilton shirt.
He was also this amazing technical genius, and he really worked over the course of his 40-plus year career at the studio, creating lots of inventions for the studio, and including the optical printer that helped to that basically combined live-action animation for Mary Poppins and Three Caballeros, and also Hitchcock's The Birds. So that was called the Traveling Map Process. He also was a designer and innovator behind the 360-degree circle vision camera system that you can see here at Epcot in China and the Canada Pavilion. So, you know, it was amazing to see my grandfather and his inspiration on my dad, who started at Disney in his 20s as a camera operator in the Bahamas on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Well, in his own mind, set a deadline that was impossible to make, and opened it in July of 1955.
You gotta feel those orange groves. He said, this is all top secret stuff. And I said, yeah, that's right. And I didn't bother to tell him. I thought he was out of his mind.
When Walt described this great park, I knew that this was not a good idea, because who was going to drive 30 or 40 miles?
Please welcome to the stage Walt Disney Imagineer Chris Beatty. So tell us what's going on over here on this side of the country.
The Carousel of Progress. Carousel Progress, over the years, we've updated the carousel, we've made changes, but it's really not had a major update since 1993. I am pleased to announce, and the reason I'm here today is to say that after more than 30 years, we're going to give Carousel Progress an update. The attraction has Walt's name in the title, so we think it's only fitting that Walt Disney himself introduced the show in a brand new scene. Lots more details to share, including what John, Sarah, and the whole family have been up to over these years. But just rest assured, at a later date we'll share those details.
What the heck?
Hollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios starting November 8th through December 22nd. And here we go. Welcome to What's Cooking with Disney Eats! We got Chef Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. They're backstage. They're busy cooking up all sorts of magic. And obviously, thanks to our stage managers, Chip and Dale, for keeping us looking good, keeping us on schedule. Magic Kingdom. Please welcome the Beefy Pair.
Treasure, that's not be you.
No, it's the treasure.
Nay, that smell would be the smell of popcorn.
This ain't the Beacon Barrel.
I'm so happy now that you're here.
We missed popcorn. We missed popcorn.
We missed the popcorn. There's enough popcorn. I think they took out the entire state of Illinois to make this popcorn. Where do you even start with something like the Beacon Barrel?
Thanks, Keith. I'm actually so excited to be here and talk about this amazing new tavern. This experience for all ages will really immerse our guests into the Pirates franchise. And even with the food, the journey continues. Our guests of all ages will truly feel like a pirate as they experience this story and go on this adventure.
Please welcome Culinary Director Chef John State.
Napa Rose is going to reimagine the dining experience from start to finish.
keep in mind, the inspiration for this design is a blend of classic craftsman, California elegance, kind of creates a little welcoming.
Sure, describing me right now. Very classic, elegant California.
They did their homework on this one.
We in California, we love to spend our time outside in the nice weather. Is there a beautiful area outside we get to enjoy?
You know us all too well. Are you okay with the gorgeous alfresco dining outside?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
And 2 fireplaces.
2 fireplaces?
Yeah, not one. We don't. It's 2.
That's normally not allowed in California. I don't know how you...
Surprised, aren't you? I knew you would be.
I sense we have a few more people prepared for this holiday.
Fantastic. We'll need all the help we can get this year. Not to mention, there's still plenty of surprises in store.
I bet you have a few planned up your sleeve, Jack.
Well, we always have to have a few extra tricks. Like these. Why, I can hardly believe my eyes.
Perhaps it's something to make a few new scrumptious treats, Jack.
One can only hope we'll need plenty of extra tricks and treats this year. But these, my dear.
Oh, yes.
Splendid of a surprise.
What is this?
I'm not quite sure.
But what does it all mean?
Well, I suppose there's still time to find out. And if these 3 have anything to do with it, we'll have to head back to Halloween Town immediately.
Who knows what tricks and treats they have in store this year?
They are Halloween Town's finest trick-or-treaters, so hopefully it's perfectly terrifying.
Remember, everyone, there are only 62 more days till next Halloween.
So make sure you're perfectly prepared. We'll see you in your nightmare soon.
Happy hauntings!
Twas the nightmare before Christmas, in the bog down below. Not a creature was peaceful, not even a crow. With ghoulish guests dancing in a festive feast for all. Our story begins with a murderous roll call. Alright gang, the guests will be arriving soon. We got to look alive.
It's time for a roll call. Edgar, hi Gary, Russell, Kim, Roger, Carl. I told you it's Blaine, Mark, Sharon, Alan, Alfred, Lewis, don't touch.
Oh, it's just Chef Jasmine.
Lewis, are you messing with the lights again? Anyway, welcome, foolish mortals, to the crime scene of the murder. No, not that murder. A murder of tropes. This year's Haunted Mansion gingerbread display is the murder most about. This year's theme is all about the murder house. A group of crows is called the murder. They're a little bit more ominous than just a regular birdhouse. To be honest, crows kind of give me the creeps.
What the?
So how we make the display is we start with about 200 pounds of gingerbread dough. For this particular house, we cut out some other shapes, and then we have a foundation for our house. Once we have all the gingerbread sheets up on the house, we have the smaller details to put up, like these guys, which go up for the roof shingles. We have some coffins, and then there's also some feathers. These guys are gingerbread with some fondant on them, and once these are nice and dry and ready, we use royal icing to just apply them to the roof. So on this house, there is some filigree work that's on the sides. That's supposed to be reminiscent of the iron work that's on the side of the Haunted Mansion building itself. So we piped that on with royal icing. We also added a few feathers and a few hidden mittens in there. So some fun facts about the house. It stands 13 feet tall. It took 9 days to assemble. We built it with a team of 8 pastry chefs. There are over 400 shingles on the roof, and there are 13 hidden mittens. experience. Some of my favorite details on this display include the candy cane gut on the poor unfortunate soul down here. Another one would be the feather jingle down here. That was the first one that we placed on, actually. Thanks for watching, and I hope you visit our gingerbread display at Haunted Mansion Holiday. And remember, it's always room for one more.
And also there's an electric bath. It'll give you a little tingling sensation also while you're drinking. But wait, it's not over.
How can it not be over?
Can you please put it on the pedestal to see that electrifying effect?
We actually introduced the very first character-shaped bucket, Mickey Mouse Ghost, and it was an incredible hit. Then the novelties really started to evolve through the years. And we leaned into popular Disney characters and franchise partners like Stitch, R2-D2 from Star Wars, and then the incredibly popular Figment Popular Bucket for Epcot Festival of the Arts.
That was a little out of control. Scary at times. But I think it's clear to say that novelty popcorn buckets aren't going anywhere. So what does the future look like? Can you show us some things?
Well, we're thinking a little bit outside the bucket, okay, on these. So we have creative novelties, clip straws, tiki glassware. How about, I'm over what happened earlier, so how about I give you a sneak peek of what we're going to release this holiday season and into 2026.
I think we're into that. I think we'd like to see it.
Yeah. All right. So this holiday season, we have the Holiday Christmas Tree Truck Bucket. And the Trader Sam's Holiday Zombie Bucket.
Wow. These are amazing. Also, I feel like Disney's the only place that these two things can share a slide in a presentation. And it's totally fine. You got a zombie head and you got a happy little truck.
And everybody loves it. It's totally fine and it totally makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. I see it.
On the Disney Destiny, at the Haunted Mansion Lounge, we'll have a Poseidon mug and a Siren mug.
Wow, these are incredible. You drink out of these?
Yeah, I don't know. In celebration of the 40th anniversary of Pixar, who doesn't love Pixar, we have a Monsters, Inc. Screen Canister Bucket and a little Green Men Jetpack Sipper.
Yeah, the screen canister, that is, we're going to want that.
It's going to be awesome. And then hopping just in time for spring is the Winnie the Pooh and Piglet Spring Bucket.
You got the natural awe from the whole room, so I think you did it.
Since that one was so cute, let's end with the Bantha Sipper.
Everyone ready?
Look at those lips, I mean, come on.
Working on at Disneyland for the holidays.
All right, back home again. Disney California Adventure, the place for Festival of Holidays. You know what's great about that is you can go to all of these festive marketplaces to find your favorite holiday offering, right? So I would say one not to be missed is the El Pastor mac and cheese. Yeah. You look like you know what El Pastor is.
I do know what El Pastor is, but just describe it to me again like I don't.
Yeah, I think there's a question in the audience. Okay, maybe they're wondering, okay, so think about pork that's marinated in spices, chilies, pineapple, slow roasted until it's just golden brown, sliced and served over, creamy mac and cheese, crumbled crispy tortillas over the top, and then some cilantro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come back.
All right, and to wrap it up, I wish I had Steph out here. This is the Café de Goya Canarillo cocktail. Wow. This is an adult beverage. It starts with coffee, then it has warm spices, house-made sugarcane syrup, condensed milk, and then you top it with sweet chocolate cream, and then a little pan dulce, a little sweet bread on the side.
Wow, incredible. I need that mac and cheese. Chef Brian, what about Walt Disney World? What about right here?
All right, Walt Disney World, we're right here, right there. So you might need some pen, paper, because I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you right now. Okay? So here we have Epcot Festival of the Holidays from November 28th through December 30th. We have over 20 holiday kitchens with more than 160 offerings and close to 60 brand new items this year, including Mele Kakamalaca Holiday Kitchen, Kahlua Pork with Okinawa sweet potatoes and mango salad. And what would the holidays be without gingerbread?
They wouldn't be the holidays at all.
They wouldn't. So we have the experimental prototype cookie of tomorrow. The gingerbread milkshake.
All right, let's keep it going. Take us to Magic Kingdom. That's it.
Returning this year is the beloved Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, select nights November 7th through December 21st. Here we have specialty sips and bites, including Santa Surf Shack float, it's kind of hard to say, orange guava juice, coconut soft serve, and a spiced pineapple tree hop. And of course, more gingerbread for the holidays. Our gingerbread cake, tree-shaped gingerbread chiffon cake with cream cheese frosting, dulce ganache, red and green crispy pearls, and a cute little chocolate gingerbread piece right there. And then we're excited, over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we've got Jollywood Nights back again this year. I know, it's so fun. November 8th through December 22nd.
That's right, yeah. This is a separately ticketed, glamorous holiday party straight from Hollywood with sparkling decor, music, festive character greetings, spirited stage shows, and of course, holiday tastes and sips.
Yeah, Jollywood Nights is absolutely fantastic. And again, here we go. We have more than 80 exclusive food and beverage offerings. 25 of those are brand new. But let me tell you about two of my favorites. Raspberry lemon squares. Who doesn't love lemon squares? Like, that was one of Walt's favorite food items. Lemon. He loved lemon. Anyways, you probably knew that. Lemon filling, topped with raspberry powdered sugar, glazed raspberries, and we must end our holiday sneak peek with, you guessed it, gingerbread. You can also toast the holidays with a gingerbread, whiskey mule, cinnamon whiskey, gingerbread syrup, lime juice, ginger beer, topped with a cute little gingerbread bite.
Wow, that sounds really festive and delicious.
Disney legend and The Emperor's New Groove executive producer Don Hahn, and the voice of Kronk himself, Patrick Warburton.
Must have meant something to you, and just kind of the Disney movies and that kind of thing. What are your early kind of Disney memories that pulled you into the culture?
Oh, the magic from the very beginning. The Sword in the Stone, I remember, is the very first animated Disney picture I ever saw. Narrated by the great Sebastian Cabot. Yes. Yeah. We were only allowed to watch 2 shows every week: Little House on the Prairie and The Wonderful World of Disney.
Acting jobs and that kind of thing were all over the map, sometimes literally, because didn't you do, you've done a little bit of modeling early in your career.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Well, we're all thinking about it. And one of the things you mentioned was that you had run into Eartha Kitt at some point in your life before we got to the stage and started recording The Emperor's New Groove. Because when you record, we don't often record together.
Right.
A lot of times it's just solo, and then it's kind of a surprise to cut it all together. But you had a very interesting career before we got to that.
Well, that was very, very curious. And by the way, we call it print work, not modeling.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but you know, it was very curious to me, because sometimes, you know, it's just curious how in this universe art imitates life, because I didn't really work with Eartha on the film, yet I had worked with Eartha 10 years earlier in South Africa on these, Canon films with her and Oliver Reed. And so I remember when I came back from Africa, Eartha Kitt was performing at the Roosevelt Hotel. I was only 22 years old. And I thought, I just had done a film with Miss Kitt. I'm going to go visit, I'm going to go watch her perform. So she was thrilled that I was there, and then she invited me up for tea afterwards. And then, so we were in her suite there, and she was sitting on one end of the couch, and I was on the other, and she was petting this white furry creature. To this day, I couldn't tell you if it was a dog or a cat because it had hair all the way down his face, and she was going, "Darling, how are you?" Like that.
What were you thinking when you came in that first day and met with us on the soundstage at Disney Studios?
Well, I desperately wanted this, you know, and Disney's very secretive, as you know, about, you know, so I didn't get a script. I only had 4 pages of a Kronk and an Yzma, and so I'm not even sure what a Kronk is, because he's over a robot, but I could, you know, discern that he was a reticent henchman. Now, he could have, you know, he could have sounded a little bit darker like this, you know, it's a shame that we're going to miss that dessert that I worked so hard on.
David Spade, who again you didn't record with, I don't think, on the spot. You worked with him a lot later, but so we put that scene together. Here's a little clip of Patrick recording those many years ago. Just kind of show you the real Patrick at work. Let's take a look.
I have the same look.
No, I said you something.
I don't think so.
Wrestled you in high school. No, fellowship.
No.
Oh, I get this Narc's interpretive dance. 2 semesters I was using it back.
The inflection he gives these lines just gives them weight, gives them believability, and makes them real. And that really helps the character come through.
For the first time in its history, we've restored the film and are putting it up on the big screen at the El Capitan in Los Angeles. So in the middle of November, the El Capitan is going to show this.
Hello everybody, we are back in the room after a long day at Destination D23. It ran over, kind of chaotic. It is almost 7:30 now, which we need to be heading over for Kuzcotopia at Typhoon Lagoon, but I'm finishing up editing today's video. It probably won't be out till like late tonight because I'm going to try to download on my computer while we're gone. I don't know. Sometime in the next 24 hours, it will be out. You will be seeing this, but I just wanted to give a little synopsis of the day and kind of like our favorite parts. And kind of the afternoon as well. I did clips as best as I could, but some things just don't translate, and I'm not going to put like everything in because it's like a lot of content. But we really enjoyed the Disneyland panel, talking about like Disneyland history and things like that. It was really interesting, and the panelists were really interesting. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to film Phineas and Ferb, so I don't have anything from that, unfortunately. Well, I do, but then it was very confusing because they like kept saying, like at the beginning of the day, they're like, whenever there's the videos for the movies panel, they were like, oh, don't film like the previews. And we were like, okay, that's what like makes sense. But we could film everything else, just when they would dim the lights, we couldn't film. And so at the beginning of the Phineas and Ferb panel, they were like, oh, we have this little thing to show you, so like don't use your cameras. And we're like, okay, you know, put them away. And then after that, they started like the actual panel, and a bunch of other people were filming, and so, you know, we all, like, I don't know, it seemed like just the video part of the beginning we couldn't film. And then I was filming literally like 90% of it, and then like 5 minutes before it ended, this lady came up to me, she's like, you're not allowed to film that. And I was like, oh. And like so a bunch of other people were, they yelled at everybody, but it was just like, oh, okay. Like, so they weren't very clear about that, but whatever. But we had the Emperor's New Groove panel, we had the Disney Eats panel, which that was so confusing because they brought out one of the Try Guys as the host, so we were like, it was just like really funny, like we were just like, what? Like, but I feel like that panel was our least favorite just because it was like way too long and it kind of like wasn't cohesive. So that wasn't his fault, but you know, it was just like, he did the best he could, but it was just like a lot. And that ran over, so that made everything else run over. But yeah, so had a great day, and we're excited to head over to Kuzcotopia tonight. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this video, and make sure you follow me on TikTok. I posted some fun stuff over there. All my links are down below, and we will see you tomorrow.